The 2025 National Defense Authorization Act keeps F-15Es, F-22s, but reduces the F-35. I think that last part's not in your article, but we'll talk about it anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like you just said. So
that's the whole article summed up in the topic.
That's right, in the title.
The title has it all.
So the Air Force had planned to retire 250 aircraft in 2025, including 32 of the early Raptors and 26 of the older Strike Eagles. The House Armed Service Committee is proposing significant changes to the Air Force's plans. So it looks like maybe they're not going to get what they asked for. They want to prevent the divestment of these jets, as well as increase the F-15EX orders. Nice. So it's been a couple years where the Air Force has talked about getting rid of the Raptor and the F-15E. The older Raptors are primarily used in training. They're not frontline, and their argument was it was going to be too expensive to upgrade them, which I don't know. It says here, yeah, we talked about that, the Raptor. The Strike Eagle. So it says the Strike Eagles they currently have in service have two different engines, the 119s by Pratt & Whitney, and then the
229,
the newer 229. So there's quite a bit more thrust with the 229s, right? 29,000 pounds of thrust, Feist 23.5 a side, which is pretty big.
Get it? Yeah.
So the Air Force had planned to divest all Strike Eagles with a big engine by fiscal year 28, shrinking the fleet from 218 to 99 aircraft. They use that freed up resources to upgrade those 99 aircraft, and the 24 NDA already limited the number of aircraft that could be retired from 11968. So they're trying to stop the bleeding. With the F-15EX, the Air Force initially planned to acquire 144 of those. However, the number decreased to 104 last year, and then the number was reduced even more in the fiscal 25 budget. And the Air Force will buy the last aircraft in 2025, ending the production, capping the fleet at 98 aircraft. So
wait, no, it reverts the decision. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So the fiscal year 25 NDAA plans to revert that decision for 24 additional aircraft to be added to the fiscal year 26 budget, bringing the EX fleet to 122 airframes. Wow. Yeah. Whether these 24 will be in the new budget is yet to be seen. So Frank Kendall said earlier this year the service has been through some tough choices ahead for 2026 because constraints likely. Yeah, okay. So obviously money's an issue here, but
well, did it say how much the budget was?
Oh, geez, I think it did. 200 and what did it say?
No, it's gonna be more than that.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's like 700 billions or something.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
So my point is, where's all the money
going? Well, first of all,
for the amount of money we're spending,
right,
we should have brand new jets everywhere.
Right, but we don't. So, good on Congress to be like, hey, wait a minute. We don't have shiny new jets everywhere. Let's not get rid of airplanes we already have.
I guess my point is that with that much money, we should be. Like, we're spending like drunken sailors.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, dude. There's no way to justify the predicament we're in when you look at the amount of spending we do with the decisions we make, right? Like, the whole, yes, thank you. The whole, let's replace a C2 with the V-22 sounds like a great idea. Let's get rid of all aircraft and replace everything with 5th gen super stealth. Sounds like a great idea, right? I mean,
yeah, it's not just that though. I mean, so the Strike Eagle's been doing good work, by the way. I mean, they were instrumental in the Israel, Iran, whether it was pre-planned or not, they shot down a crap ton of drones, did a good job, got some kills. Good on the Mud Hen community, the world's greatest passenger jet. We love them. I think it's awesome. We need to keep them. We need diversity of fleet, like you've talked about so many times on this channel. It is important that you not have one airplane that tries to do everything, or, you know, one fleet type. You see this in the airlines, right? When an airline only has one fleet type, Southwest, and that fleet type suddenly becomes hard to find, what do you start doing? Laying people off. Like you start having trouble because you need diversity of fleets, just like you need, you know, a diverse background of people from different experience levels, so that you can increase the total force's capability. So, dude, when we see this, the reality, like, dude, you could read this all day, and it's funny, we're getting into the numbers. We're like, okay, the National Defense Authorization Act says this. What is it, May? It's not going to be passed by October. We're going to be in a continuing resolution. We're not going to have none of this. Like, it's great, sweet. This is not what's going to get passed, because what's going to happen is it's going to go to committee, and, you know, senator and congressman, or, you know, House of Representatives, they're going to get together and they're going to be like, oh, hey, look, my little pet project, I have to build this widget here, and I have to build this here. Okay, well, instead of 122 EXs, how about 98? And we build a couple more Fat Amy's, which, oh, by the way, they've already talked about reducing the number of F-35s that they're going to buy, which, what happens when you reduce the number of something that you said you were going to buy a bunch of?
Unit cost goes up.
Right. Unit cost goes up. So, like, we don't learn these lessons. We just keep repeating it. And it's not because we don't learn them. It's because we don't care. And by we, I mean the people that are voting these things in. It's special interest. It's whoever, what lobbyist can get the FaceTime, what lobbyist can get their little pet project pushed through, hidden in some, you know, 2,000-page bill. And next thing you know, we're in another continuing resolution.
Oh, it definitely seems like it's not. None of these decisions are like made in the interest of performance, as far as enhancing your military. It is literally like bean counters, sitting there figuring out this one's the most profitable. All right, buy it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, it's always the districting, right? It's, well, you know, it's built in my district, and that's 2,000 jobs, and I got you 2,000 jobs in the, you know, the great state of whatever. And you're like, well, wait a minute. If we built them all in one place, our transportation costs would go down 50%. Yeah, but my jobs,
right?
You know, so it's either a jobs program or it's military spending. Like, I feel like we've crossed the line somewhere where this is, none of this matters. Like, you could say, hey, we're going to keep 1 million F-15Es, and by the time it gets to, you know, by the time we get to the reality, it's going to be, sorry, we don't have money to do NASCAR flyovers anymore.
We'll take one.
The TDY budget's gone.
Right.
Yeah. You know, but hey, we're going to war. So
yeah,
suck it up, Buttercup. You better figure it out.
Yeah. It's not good, dude.
Anyway.